Welcome back. The program is still Good Morning Abuja. Thank you very much, Shemaye, there on the street, sampling people's opinion on the dangers of drug abuse and how to promote a drug-free lifestyle. And to talk deeper on the dangers of drug abuse, I have a clinical psychologist here with me in the studio. Help me welcome Emekubong Nathan to the program. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here. My name is Emekubong Nathan.
Okay, you're welcome. Drug abuse has ravaged our world already, and we are here to talk about it because in talking about it, sensitizing people about it, creating more awareness, at least will bring it down to the barest minimum. Now, let's start this way. Talk to us about, give us an overview of the current state of drug abuse and the impact on the society.
All right. You know, drug abuse worldwide, like you have said, is really a problem because daily it's getting higher than what is expected. Now, going down to our setting, Nigeria, with all the things happening around us, it is not out of place that the use of drugs is increasing every day, rapidly, among the youths, among the women, among the old and the aged. It's just increasing. It is more like a coping mechanism to some people because they just want to take down their trouble, or they want to feel less of bothered about the troubles, about the happiness of the country. So drug abuse is on an increase. That is just, in fact, statistically it's showing that it's on an increase every day, especially among the youth.
Okay, especially among the youth. No, you were responding to my question earlier on. You said that it's really, really on the increase. If you are depressed or you are in a bad situation, can you ever imagine that taking drug will get you out of that situation?
This is one of the mentalities some people have. Oh, I'm down. If I take alcohol, it will help me forget about my trouble, or if I take cracks. But the real thing about it is that, yes, momentarily, it may help you relieve you of your symptoms or your trouble or what is bothering you. But you are doing more damage to yourself, because are you telling me that that's what you'll be doing every time you have trouble? Because trouble will keep coming. So if you use drugs to alleviate your trouble, or your to feel more relaxed, when it causes a disruption in the brain transmitters, and your brain is now used to the drug, that is what leads to dependence and addiction. And at that time, it's not just about alleviating yourself of the trouble, it's about surviving. Because your brain will make it or condition you to maybe like you need that drug to survive, or you need that drug to do what you ought to have done, or what you normally do on a normal circumstance.
Okay, now before we talk about the real addiction, talk to us about different types of drugs and that are commonly abused and their effects on individuals.
Okay, if you want to talk about kinds of drugs, we can talk about it in its categories.
Okay.
But on a normal layman understanding, we have illicit drugs, that is drugs that are out of the bounds of the legal prescription of a particular country. We have on-the-counter drugs, we have prescribing medications. But with what we are talking about today, drug abuse, so it definitely is among the illicit drugs, and we have its categories. We have the stimulants, drugs like cracks, cocaine, methamphetamine, amphetamine. All those fall on the category of stimulants. They stimulate the central nervous system, make you feel alighted, make you feel that euphoric feelings, make you feel very good. And some people that are used to those drugs, in one of my things, they say make you feel in heaven.
In heaven, drugs can never make you feel in heaven.
Make you feel in heaven. That's what a particular client told me once. Okay, and then we have depressants, drugs that kind of fold or reduces the central nervous system functions. Drugs like groups of drugs they call benzodiazepines, barbiturates, or we have drugs like alcoholism is depressant too. That is the most commonly abused drugs.
Okay. And now, thank you very much. What are the factors that contribute to the prevalence of drug abuse amongst the youth?
Okay. Quite a number of factors contribute to that. But statistically, factors that weigh more on that, we cannot remove the genetic bound or genetic predisposition to it. It has been shown over time that people that have genetic tendencies, hereditary. People that are from family where parents or grandparents or somewhere along the line is used or used drugs, they are more predisposed with environmental factors to use drug more than those that are from a family that is somewhat clean. And then that is just biology. Now let's come to the real deal.
Okay.
Among the youths, environmental factors and social factors weigh more to reasons why people use drugs.
Okay.
Social factors, for instance,
Okay.
peer influence, peer group.
Pressure.
I want to feel among. I want to be there.
I want to
I,
feel
I want my friends not to see me as the alien of the group. So you are among friends that are taking crack or that are taking cannabis, and you want to be among them, even when you don't know how to do it. You just want to let them see you in that lens, that spectrum that you are among, and that pressure makes you take drug. And then once taken, another taken,
forever.
that's how it goes. And then also social factors like frustration can actually make someone take drug. We have found ourselves in a situation or in an economic situation where frustration is the order of the day for an average youth outside the streets. You go to work, a job, employment, or interview, get frustrated, you couldn't get it. We have so many graduates, minimal work. So many people are risking their life day and night for ordinary surviving things or to put food on the table. Yeah, so those frustrations makes them feel like it's overwhelming. And some that could not manage, that could not cope, they now take solace in drugs.
Okay. Wow.
And it goes on and on and on and on.
And that is why we are always here to preach against drug abuse, because the impact on the society, on the youth, you can imagine it. Now, let's talk about parents and caregivers. How can they recognize signs of drug abuse in their children?
Okay. Caregivers and parents, they can actually, there are some signs, just like if someone is down with malaria, you go to the hospital, the doctor will give you some symptoms that will make you know that. So there are actually some signs about that. Someone who uses drug, one of the signs about, depending on the drugs, by the way, like I just mentioned some categories of drugs now, but one of the signs are what they normally do as a routine or that give them pleasure. When drugs is involved, gradually those functional part of their life will start depleting and reducing. And then a child that was very obedient, that was very, very adaptive to the societal norms, will now suddenly become maladaptive, cannot listen to instruction again, sees the parents as met. Something is wrong somewhere. And most of the time, it's always traceable to drugs.
Well, we don't have all the time. But before I let you go, you are going to advise us, talk to the youth, especially on the lasting or long-term effect of drugs before I let you go.
Okay. Let me start by saying, you out there that is struggling for daily survival, in as much as you are struggling for it, say no to drugs. Drugs have a very, very harmful effect on a human being. Okay, let's go psychologically. Drugs can cause addiction and dependence, which will now further cause psychological disorders like depression, anxiety, even psychosis, schizophrenia is being linked to drugs. So you wouldn't like to experience this kind of scenario. So that is why it's very advisable to say no to drugs, because when you start taking drugs, gradually it will lead to dependence. And when you reach that stage, you can't do without the drug. You can do literally anything. Sell your properties. You can even betray a friend. You can even cause harm in relationship and your family members just to get the drugs, so that it may give you the same effects that first time you took it. And it keep increasing. And that is what will lead to addiction. And once you're addicted, that is it.
Thank you so much, Emekubong, for coming to enlighten us on the dangers of drug abuse and how to stay away from drug abuse because of the negative impact it has. We do really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
All right. Yes, we have been talking to Emekubong Nathan, and he has talked to us this morning. The topic before us is the danger of drug abuse, and he has told us to say no to drug abuse. Yes, we're going to go on this quick break. When we return, the program continues. Stay with us, please.